Ladies and gentlemen, I have a little bit of a treat for you today in the form of a preview for the up-and-coming sequel to the beloved Creeper World series. Being developed once again, of course, by Knucklecracker, Particulate Emergence is the fourth game in the series, yet promises a unique departure from its predecessors. You're no longer going to be fighting for freedom on planets anymore. The fleets have been assembled and the series has taken flight. There is no quote-unquote creeper in space. However, there is a new threat in the form of particles, and they're dead set on taking over the entire universe. Our goal is to prevent the spread of these nasty little particles and retake occupied space using a variety of ships and land capture devices. The story is, from what I've seen, compelling, but the gameplay is what we're all here for. As a matter of fact, the story mode is only really an introduction to the base mechanics of this game. Where this game is truly going to shine is in the vast array of customizability. Featuring a full map editor, a custom ship builder, a random map generator, a community exchange, and a way to keep score through it all, Particulate Emergence has an endless amount of customization, and therefore, an endless amount of content. And for those of you out there who enjoyed the Creeper World series, I have a feeling that Particulate Emergence may just end up striking that same quote-unquote battle of attrition chord that the rest of the series did for you. Oh, and throw in some of that custom ship building for me, and this just might be an instant classic. Knucklecracker has outdone themselves here, and I cannot wait to explore more of this unique and interesting title with all of you. Particulate Emergence releases September 29th, 2016 on Steam, and just so everybody's aware, I will be playing the beta version of this game, so some things may be slightly different to the final version that will be released in a couple of days. Alright, without further ado, let's take a look and see what options are available in this game. So of course there's the story mode, we're going to come back to that. Then there is Inception. These are some of the custom maps that the developers themselves put together just as kind of challenges, which is kind of cool. Then there is Simulacrum, which is probably one of the neatest things I've seen in this game so far yet. It is a 100% random map generator. So when you hit random everything, it literally randomizes everything. Absolutely everything on the map is randomized. Isn't that amazing? So this is endless. Like, there's endless amounts of content here. There's so much. And then of course you can pick your own fleets, your custom built fleets if you want, and put them up against anything that you see here. And maybe some of these maps might even be impossible. Who knows? Because it is completely random. Who knows what you're going to be facing? It could be just absolutely madness, or it could be super easy. You don't even know. I love that. I love that about this. Let's return. And then we've got the actual mission editor where you can actually build your own maps. Whoops. Build your own maps, create new map. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can custom build your own maps, of course, and then you can take those custom maps and throw them on the exchange for other people to play, and of course get punished by your miserable map designs or your great map designs, whatever it is. That's great. It's wonderful. And as you can see, some people have already been posting maps on here. These are probably people with preview copies of the game, and maybe even some of the developers have thrown some stuff in there. And then, of course, last but not least is the ship editor. This is where the game for me goes from, wow, that's cool, to, oh my god, I can't wait to get into building ships. Oh, I just can't wait. So as you can see, I started working on a carrier here. I've got a little runway here for my fighters, and you have access to all of the weapons in the game, as well as you can, of course, build whatever you want for hull and armor, and you name it. You can just go nuts with it, and I just can't wait. Now, if you build a ship that's too big, you're never going to be able to build it because everything requires power in the game. You have to have the energy to build things. But I mean, I just love it. I love this. This is where the game really starts to get really cool. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing much with the ship editor right now. We're going to be playing the story missions. We might touch on this later on. I mean, it depends. If you guys really like this game, I'm planning on doing 5 episodes of this no matter what. 5 episodes no matter what. If you guys really like the game, we're going to go back and we're going to cover some of these other areas in a little bit more detail. But for now, what I'd really like to do is share the story with you. I've only played a couple missions here and there. I haven't actually explored very much of this game, and I did that on purpose because I want to discover it with you guys. I think a game like this, that I'm this excited about, I really need to share with you guys. Okay, so let's watch the prologue, shall we? Entering redacted space. Give a man a mask and he will show his true face. Knucklecracker presents Particulate Emergence, a Creeper World Chronicle. Somewhere in redacted space. Prepare to drop out of the rift. CEO Varro. Sir, the particulate threat is massive. The info cache is here. Engage! Oh. Jump complete, sir. Am I supposed to be playing? I don't think so. Nope. In Odin's name, it was true. It was all true. We have retrieved the info cache. Your order, sir. Extract the contents and prepare it for rift transmission. Sir, the power drain will be massive and make it impossible to jump. I know, Lakshmi. Lakshmi? Lakshmi, the data. It has been an honor. Uh-oh, I think they're gonna die here. I understand. Transmission prepared. Sending. Crew, know that we do not fail in vain. Uh-oh. You were the finest crew. Signal lost. Boom, boom. Oh, there it goes. Oh no. See the particles. Here they come. Boom. Boom. Wow, so much for that. Like all others before, Hale Corporation was lost. It was as if they never existed. Nothing remained. There it goes. Except a single and final transmission. Achievement unlocked. Sacrifice. Ah, wonderful. Okay. I've never actually seen the prologue. Tycon Archive, access level 9, seal ID, Office of the CEO. T101410, continue. Jumping to rift space. Okay, so now I guess we start the story. Oh, I'm so excited. This is going to be super fun. Okay, here we go. Entering redacted space. Now, yeah, we could be playing this to try and beat times and stuff, but I'm not doing any of that today. All I'm doing, we're just playing the story. We're going to enjoy the story. We're going to enjoy the game as it stands. So we're going to launch a mission. Greetings, associates. Before we embark on our great journey, our COO, Amicus, will review operating procedures. Please pay close attention to the success of our venture, because as the success of our venture depends on your actions. Amicus, over to you. Thank you, Chairman Tycon. Associates, let's make this simulator run perfect and show Chairman Tycon we are more than prepared. Remember, this corporate ship isn't only our headquarters, it is also our home. The fate of the entire company rests in your capable hands. So, first up, select the HQ from the command bar on the left and then choose a location in space to jump us into. There is a simulated energy source in this region of space. Jump near it, but not too close. So this is a simulated energy source, and as you can see, it'll provide us with 9 points of energy. So we're gonna jump in our corporate HQ right near. There it goes. Okay, so yeah, excellent work, crew. Excellent. As you have been briefed, we anticipate numerous energy sources to be scattered throughout redacted space. Acquiring and using their energy will be key to our operation. Yes, yes, yes. Next. We anticipate many shattered worlds in redacted space, asteroids, and remnants of once great worlds. We can use that mass for energy production. You will see some remnant land in this simulator. Select and build an Omni on the land. Once built, the Omni will mire the land and use it for energy production. So this is the Omni. So these can land on, this is like an asteroid or some kind of strange landmass. Anyway, we can use the energy that we have, the 9 energy that we have, and use that to build one of these Omnis. Oh, here, let me read what it says. Omnis can be built in space or over land, but they are only operational when they touch down on some surface. Omnis need energy to construct. Those are green packets you see moving from energy mine to the Omni. So as you can see, we are actually taking over the land. We are miring the land, kind of like Creeper World. It's actually totally like Creeper World in that sense. Once an Omni is built and is on land, it will mire the land and use it to increase energy production. Note the production from the energy mine and the land at the top left of the display once the Omni finishes and begins to mire the land. So as you can see, as it takes over, we're getting 9 from this energy source here, and we're getting 2.8, 2.9, 3 as it's growing, because as we take over the land, we get the energy from the landmass too as well. So our total production is 13 instead of, so it's the 9 plus whatever this is, right? Makes sense? One final note about Omnis. They also include a lathe. This can be used in certain situations. Oh. Cancel to clear my selection? Okay, next up, ship construction. We have acquired a Galcorp ship schematic license for a lathe ship. The lathe ship has a remote command bridge, engine, lathe, and a laser defense system. It will be useful for acquiring energy sources without requiring the movement of the HQ into potentially dangerous locations. Ships are constructed in space and require energy from nearby energy mines in order to build and power their modules. Select the lathe ship from the command bar on the left and place it near your energy mines. So the lathe, to build any ship, it just has to be within the circle of the energy mine. So place it in here, and the energy mine will start to siphon some of this power and into building the lathe, and it builds it piece by piece. Isn't that cool? Looks really neat. There we go. Done. Waiting for the ship to finish building. Now every ship has these are not custom ships. These are the ships that come with the game. I don't think we can use custom ships for the story. I don't think we can, because it teaches you about all the different weapon types and the types of ships here. Excellent work, crew. Our director of engineering will now review ship movement. Thank you, COO Amicus. Crew, each ship we build is operated remotely via encrypted terabit quantum links. We establish full telepresence for any associate operator. Whatever you say. Via your command interface, select a ship, then move it to where you want the ship to move. The ship's engines will rotate the ship and move it to the target location, like so. There we go. And because this has a lathe on it, the lathe can actually take over these energy mines. There it goes. See the red beam there? That is the lathe that's working. The lathe has many uses. Okay, next. You may click, drag, and release the destination to the ship's desired You may click, drag, release at the destination to the ship's desired rotation once it reaches its destination. So we can actually rotate this any direction we want. So if we want it to face the other direction, we just use the mouse wheel and turn it. We also have a little bit more customizability. If we hold down the M button, we can gradually turn it a little bit. It's a little bit for more fine movements. There we go, like so. Perfect. You may also use your mouse wheel to change the desired rotation of the ship. Hold down M to make small adjustments while using the mouse wheel. Got it. Lastly, you may hold down the E on your console keyboard when moving a ship. This will cause a ship to slide to its target destination without any rotation at all. For example, if we wanted to keep the same direction, we could click on the ship, hold the E button, and then slide it like so. That way we don't change our direction. Perfect. Thank you, Director. Associates, I've added a new energy source to the simulator. Move the lathe in range of the energy source and let the lathe build an energy mine. I think we already did that. Yeah, we just did that. In addition to the lathe schematic, Chairman Tycon has also licensed a destroyer-class military vessel. As a precaution, we have armed the HQ with cannons and proximity defense lasers, but in the event we need more firepower, the destroyer is available. Build the destroyer now. You can build it near either energy mine, so long as it's within energy supply range. So this is a destroyer. The destroyer is kind of good as a military support ship. Actually, I wonder if it's faster if we go sort of in between. I don't know if that would be faster or not. Like if it's crossing both of the energy mines, would we actually get would it grow twice as fast or build twice as fast? I don't know. Amicus, it's time to inform the crew. Yes, sir. Crew, with great effort, we have obtained information regarding a potential threat in redacted space. As you know, all records on redacted space are sealed by the Galactic Corporation. Entry into redacted space is punishable by the forfeiture of all assets. Over the centuries, there have been occasional ventures into redacted space, often by the insane or desperate chiefs called failed corporations, chiefs of failed corporations. In all cases, those who ventured into redacted space were never heard from again, with one exception. And it is that single exception that we have come to possess, a message encrypted and only deciphered by our Chief Technology Officer, Anna. Associates, the encryption was not an easy one to break. Only after considerable insight I've discovered the message content. It contained a description of a mindless threat that was attracted to energy and technology. Self-replicating, it could be temporarily defeated and pushed back. but it would always return. Many of you have no doubt heard the rumors of this threat your whole lives. It would seem that the rumors are true. I have programmed the simulators to create an approximation of this threat and modified the standard Galcorp lathe to destroy the source of that particular threat. Or particulate threat. We simply don't know how effective our weapons will be against this possible threat. Our director of weapons may have additional input. Thank you, Anna. Crew, if it's red, send it into oblivion. Engage. Destroy the particle emitter. Okay, so the lathe will take over these energy mines, as well as the lathe will destroy a particle emitter. So often you'll want to use your ships in tandem, making sure that you're making use of all of your firepower to deal with certain threats. Let's just zoom in here. So the lathe is really good as a finisher. The command HQ actually has some decent firepower all around. The destroyer has some good, decent longer range weapons similar to the command HQ, but maybe not, a little less of them. But the destroyer does not have a lathe. So as soon as it's possible, we do have some point defense lasers on all of these ships, so getting in closer is actually not a terrible idea. Now, getting in closer can be a little bit dangerous, as you can see, because they will start to damage these ships if they start to get in here, but actually we've sort of beaten the curve there, so it's a war of attrition. This game is about war of attrition. There we go, and then you can see the two red lathes destroying the particle emitter like so. Excellent, and it does take time, and of course more lathes on one particle emitter, the better. And that's how it's done. Next! Anna, the results of this simulation need further review. I foresee some issues. As do I. Energy will be a problem. And if your simulation is correct, the particulate threat could assume a highly variable array of formations. Crew, our mission is clear. Each of you has been chosen to solve the problem we face. Redacted space awaits. Amicus, prepare to jump in through the rift. There we go. So, just a little, little mission to kind of show you some of the basics. We're going to exit the mission. We're going to keep going. Perfect. Indelible? Indelible. Okay, launch. Entering redacted space. Launch mission. We're not playing for time, so I'm not saving my times or anything like that, because I'm reading the story too as well, because this is actually the first time I've read the story. Yeah, I've caught a little bit of it here and there. Jump complete. We have entered redacted space. Danu, sensor readings. There is a particulate threat here, exactly like in Anna's simulation, but there are two emitters. Odd. There is substantial wreckage here, energy crystals, and what appears to be two tech modules. Thoth, what do you make of these energy readings? There is spatial plasma in the region. Ah, I've seen these readings before. If my assessment is correct, the blue plasma in this region of space should slow the movement of any particles. So all this blue plasma, or this blue plasma here is going to slow the movement of red particles. And same with the red plasma will slow the movement of blue particles. Eventually we get blue particles, not for a while though. I agree, but the plasma is unstable and likely to decay upon contact with the particles. Very good, Cammy. Prepare engineering to receive those tech modules. We're going to retrieve them. Already on it. And Ogun, stand ready. You know it, Chief. There we go. So let's launch our corporate HQ. And now these energy crystals, so you'll often see these on the maps. You can take these over with a lathe. So I'm going to put our command HQ right in the center, and I'm going to hit space and let things go here. P is normally the default key for pausing, but I've changed it to space because that's just my personal preference. Space to me in all other games is always pause, right? So we can collect technology as we go through, and we can, often there are new ships in these technologies. For example, this is a new lathe that we'll have access to as well. So we are generating only three energy per, whatever it is, per tech, maybe it's per second, I'm not even sure. So we're actually not generating that much energy yet. Very nice. This is a license for another Omni. I'll integrate this into our spelling mistake, our Galcorp Technology License Manager. I recommend immediate construction and use of this new Omni. Done. Excellent. So let's get our Omnis going so we can place our Omni on the land here. And then we're going to send, I think it's escaped. Yeah, there we go. We're going to lathe this crystal too as well, because I don't know exactly. I think we just get a burst of energy that we can use. I'm not even sure exactly how that works. Now we're going to take over this energy mine. And then we'll go grab that technology, and we'll probably have enough energy pretty soon here to build our first lathe. Yeah, there we go. We'll take over that. Actually, we'll just move in here, and then we'll take over that crystal. We'll also get this technology too as well as start destroying some of this particle stuff that's coming in. Yeah, as you can see, it gets pretty cool. I mean, this is early game. It does get quite interesting. I haven't played too much of the story stuff. I have messed around with some of the custom missions because, I don't know, they looked really, really interesting, and they are, but they're also very, very tough. So I'm building a lathe to the south. An additional lathe ship has been integrated. That was a technology that we got there. An additional lathe ship has been integrated into our Galcorp license manager. The new lathe appears in the build panel to the left. I recommend immediate construction, as it appears it will be needed. I agree. I concur. So we're going to build a second lathe here. Now, we can actually lose our ships by getting hit by these particles. As you can see, they actually damage blocks. Now, if they destroy the command core, of course, the ship will go kaput. It makes sense, right? So let's make sure that we get this crystal over here done with the command HQ. And then once we get, I've also built a destroyer over here so we can get that into action. The destroyer doesn't have a lathe, so we can't take over the crystals. But we can get him in a position with the command ship like so, and kind of start beating up some of these crystals that are coming in like that. Excellent. Our 2 lathes are ready to go, so we can move in and take over this energy mine with the 2 lathes. And then we can get another Omni placed on this landmass, because we now have access to another Omni too as well. So we'll get that placed right in here, I guess, where it's telling us. Excellent, just like that. And now let's also move our command ship in here so that we can take over that crystal there. Perfect. And I'm going to get the destroyer starting to work on this energy mine, which is controlled currently by the particles. And then as soon as we're ready to go, we're going to send in our 2 ships, our 2 lathes, to take over this this energy mine. I think we can probably take it without too much trouble. These first few missions, I think, are probably going to be pretty easy. Oh, almost. Now, they will defend themselves before they use that lathe. Now, we're not getting any power for these ships when we're outside of that range, so we do have to be quick when we go and do a maneuver like that. So now we can actually grab all ships at the same time. Whoops. That's not what I intended to do. I meant to do a box, so we can do all ships at the same time, like so we can turn everybody around and get everybody working on this particle emitter. Very simple at first, very, very simple at first. But it's still, you know, it's teaching us the game, right? So we'll get in nice and close with our lasers too as well, so we can make use of those point defense lasers as well. You can see them kind of zapping things as they come in. Very handy. Some ships have lots of point defense lasers. The command ship actually has 3 of them. You can see them. It's the little red dots there. Ah, no, I went in too close. Now, we could theoretically lose our ship here, but I think we have more than enough armor to defend against it. There we go. Done deal. We can move in our last lathe here. Perfect. That one's done. Let's go deal with the other one. Whoops. Hold on, let's zoom out. There we go. Get everybody rounded up and move them in. Perfect. Oh man, this actually, it seems like it's going to be really fun. I'm really going to enjoy this, I think. And I'm really glad that I kind of saved this for sharing with you guys. Now, if we don't really need a lot of power in this mission, but eventually we're probably going to need a fair amount of power. Let's get all those defensive lasers in there. Now, every time you hear that sound, that means our command ship is getting hit. Private tech licenses with energy crystals, dual particle emitter. Tech licenses, energy crystals, dual particle emitters. We didn't expect this much close. We didn't expect this close to the edge of redacted space. Other ships must have been destroyed even this close to the boundary. Private, we came for answers. I believe we will soon have them. Done. Perfect. End mission. Let's do one more before we end the episode today. I think this one will probably take us a little bit longer because these are going to get more difficult. I'm assuming eventually, you know, it's going to be a mission per episode because some of these missions are going to get quite complex, and I'm going to want to pause eventually, I think. So we've got a particle emitter. Oh, let's read it here. There was an instability in the jump out of the rift. I'll adjust. Perhaps the significant threats in this system have something to do with it. Steady, crew. Anna, what do you make of the system? Wreckage, like the previous system, multiple particulate emitters, but the scale. The emitters here are stronger, and I believe they will emit particulate that are bound together. Bound particulate? Does your simulation predict this? Yes, but we thought we would not encounter it until we were much further into redacted space. I need to run some calculations, but I just need to run some calculations first. Crew, there's wreckage here, and we should collect it as well as the info cache. Perhaps that will contain the logs of the long-lost corporate HQ, and perhaps that will be useful for our own survival. Prepare all systems to engage and eliminate the threats, and get me that info cache. All right, so there's an info cache here, and then there is one here too as well. But there's a particle emitter down here, so we're going to send our corporate HQ right here. We'll collect these crystals, and away we go. Crystals and the energy mine. Perfect. Energy mine's going to produce 4. We could probably destroy that emitter right now. Do you think we have enough power to do that, or should we risk it? I don't know if we should risk it. It doesn't look like it's producing too much, but look at how the particles are coming out kind of all tied together. They're bound. They're bound like DNA almost. Look at that. Like they're like little snakes. They're all bound together. That's so cool. Eventually they can become really quite fluid and interesting. So we can probably, yeah, let's place our Omni right away here too as well. Get that going. Our first Omni. And then we'll place our second one down here once we take over that one there too as well. Let's get this info cache. Now this is, I think that's a cruiser. Pretty sure that's a cruiser that we're getting right now, getting access to. Let's get a destroyer and a lathe working. Let's also get, interesting, I've never seen this ship design. It's currently available in Galco inventories. I've integrated the license and it activated it though. A hidden design, very odd. You see that? There's both a particle beam and a missile launcher on this guy, plus 2 engines. Talk about rapid response ship. Is it just me, or can anyone else senses Ogun's excitement? The particle beam should slow down particulate. This should be useful. I can also modulate it to repair decayed blue plasma and remove the red plasma. Both should assist us with some particulate devastation. Everyone get ready to watch some missiles chase down some particulate. So the missiles slow them down? I'm not even sure. So let's get our ship, our command HQ in position here and start destroying some of this particulate down here. In preparation for our lathe and our destroyer coming in, and oh yeah, look at that. Breaks them up. Oh yeah, lasers, go, go, go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, destroy those. Destroy the particulate. Fire the cannons. Excellent. Now we need to get more ships in here because right now we just don't have enough ships. There we go. There's our lathe, or our lathe ship, and now let's get our new Joven. It's a Joven. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I've seen the cruisers. The cruisers are pretty cool. They're pretty neat. And might as well build the other lathe too as well. We are starting to get some energy production going in because of that Omni. We should almost build the other Omni there, but that's okay. I want to destroy this particle emitter first. A little bit of a tongue twister there. Well, not really. Just I couldn't say it for some reason. Okay, let's destroy that sucker. Let's move this lathe out of the way because we got incoming. Let's get the destroyer over here to help out. Come on, turn. Ah, there we go. Destroy that guy. Perfect. Excellent. The destroyer can face that direction. Let's get in there and take over this emitter or this mine. Just like that. And we're also going to get in there and we're going to take that info cache too as well. We're going to leave the Joven here to kind of defend the base, or maybe actually we're going to take the Joven with us, I think. Well, I don't know what the right answer is. We'll keep the destroyer here to kind of defend us as we go. Another Omni has been added to our license inventory. Perfect. Let's get another Omni built. Let's build that right here. Excellent. And I guess we can just go take this land too as well, or this energy mine. We'll go in there and we'll grab that energy mine. Then we can place another Omni over here. Yeah, the destroyer's doing a great job. Just sort of taking care of some of those stray shots. Oh, there's another energy emitter up here, or energy mine up there too as well. Okay, so there we got that. Now we can put another Omni out here. Let's take over this land. And that's it for Omnis. So let's get up here and take over this one. Like so. Let's get the destroyer over here to help out. Now, eventually we're going to have to get on this land and use an Omni to destroy this. The Omnis also have a lathe on them too as well, so you can actually destroy emitters with the Omnis too. Okay, let's get in a little bit closer so that we can take this. Perfect. Lathe. Maybe the lathe can take, yeah, there we go. Lathe can take that info cache. Excellent. Let's keep the destroyer in. Now, if we travel through this red stuff, I don't know if it'll hurt us or not. No, it will not hurt us, but I think it slows us down. That's the thing. It slows us down so we can't move through it very quickly. Okay, so now what do we need to do? We need to, this info cache is unencrypted, but only partially preserved. It is very old and uses a version of data compression that is, well, ancient. It uses WinZip. But I think I can access some of the data. There, most of the data is telemetry and a mess. But there is one entry from a personal log. Data follows. Chairman Reginald's personal log. The particulate emitters have been growing stronger in each system. Unless fate is laughing at us, the particulate must be communicating across systems. If so, then our theories about particulate must be correct. And if these theories are correct, the Galactic Corporation, House Abraxas, and the ruling board have kept a terrible secret for too long. End data. That's all I can access. Privately to Tychon. House Abraxas. They fell decades ago, and there hasn't been a ruling board in nearly as long. Whatever secret Ragnall was referring to seems to have remained a secret. Privately to Amicus, yes. And I wonder if this Ragnall's, if this Ragnall's theory about particulate matches ours. Okay, so let's finish this off. We shouldn't have too much trouble. We're just about done taking over this land. We are done taking over this land. Let's move this over here. Start taking over this one. We're gonna get this guy moved over here. We need to take over this land so we can get these Omnis in close enough. This Omni's still working. Okay, so that we can get these Omnis in close enough to destroy this emitter. And it shouldn't be that difficult once we get more than one of those in there. In the meantime, we can probably get our ships kind of moved in here, maybe. Yeah, I don't like that formation at all. So let's not do it like that. I can't adjust that formation. Okay, I'm gonna send in one ship at a time. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna send in one ship at a time. I want my command ship in behind. I want my, command ship in behind. I want my lathe over on this side. I'm gonna do my other lathe on this side, and I'm gonna send in my destroyer. Actually, we'll send the destroyer in like so. That should help out there. And then the Joven, actually the Joven should almost go behind the lathe, I think, but I don't know, we'll see. And we'll move that up just a little bit like so, maybe the lathe up like so. So you can really plan your fleet movements. Now, whether or not I did a good job, I don't know. I can't really tell you. But we are within range of our energy mines, so they will repair if they do get damaged. We just need to destroy most of the schmutz, most of the particles that are just lying around here so that we can get in and destroy that emitter, which shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. We can probably get in there right away. Maybe move in the second lathe too as well to help. There we go. Maybe move in the third lathe. There we go. Destroying that emitter very quickly. Look at that. Oh yes, killed it. Perfect. So now we just have to kind of move back with all these ships so that they can actually recharge, because they don't recharge when they're outside of that range. But now that's no longer producing anything more, so we just have to destroy the rest of those particles there. Let's see, our Omnis are coming along nicely. We're still taking over this land. I think I'm just going to leave that one taking over this land. I think that's fine. No point messing with it. Let's get the second Omni moved up so that we can start moving in a little bit further. Actually, let's move that one in even further, because we need to get in right to where that particle emitter is. So, looks like we're doing a pretty good job at destroying all of the remaining stuff here, but we could probably almost get in there. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough to get it. Is there any more? There is no more power mines here, so it might be a little tricky to get that last one. We just have to sort of wear them down, destroy the particles faster than he can produce them. Now, the destroyer is really good at long range stuff. So is the command ship, and so is the Joven. The Joven has those missiles, as well as the point defense laser, which is apparently, oh, it's producing the blue plasma stuff. Oh, I see. It's actually, you can see it producing the blue plasma stuff, which will slow down the enemy's weapons too as well. That's cool. That's really neat. Okay, we are just about close enough. We can probably move these two Omnis in a little bit closer here, like so. There we go. We are actually in range of that sucker now. We can probably get this guy in range. Oh, he is in range. Perfect. So we can destroy this particle emitter. Now, I think we're just about ready to move in and destroy this guy. I think we're going to move in the Joven first because he's got good point defense weapons. We've got the destroyer, move in the lathe, move in the other lathe, and then get the command ship right on top of this. Oh yeah, no problem. We got this. We got this, guys. We got this. There we go. Move in the lathes. Move in the lathes. There we go. Perfect. Take it over. Oh, I guess. There we go. Perfect. Done! We have power! We've almost got all of these guys destroyed. We just have to maybe get our Joven in there. He can destroy some of that red schmutz. Like that. Excellent. And then get the next lathe. We can travel through this red stuff, but we go really slow through it, I think. There we go. Get our command ship in there. Yep, we're all done. We're all done. We got this. We got this, guys. Done! Private, I'm more convinced now than ever. Anna, any readings that might lead us to the origin world? Private, none. I hope there would be some remnants, some molecular signatures, anything that would hint at the origin world. If we do not find the origin world, then all of us could be in for nothing. I remain hopeful, my friends. We've been able to handle the particulate threat so far, and better than most of it would seem. We will push on forward. All right, exhibition, guys. I hope you enjoyed sort of the prologue episode of this series. Like I said, I'm hoping to do 5 episodes of this. We're gonna work through. We'll probably work through all of the story missions. I think there's 15 in total. Yeah, I think there's 15, 16, hold on, maybe there's more than I think. There's 17 missions in total, and I'm kind of hoping to push through that in 5 episodes. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, because some of these missions might take a while, but we'll get a really good grasp on the game itself when we're done this. So I'm really excited. I hope you enjoy the first episode of Particle Fleet Emergence. We will see you in a couple days. All right, take care. Bye-bye.